Well, the regular season is almost over, so let's take a look at the highlights from the penultimate week. They start in Great Britain, who had an easy victory against their division rivals, as that, of course, Great Britain still has a chance to win the National South, whereas New York is out of the playoff hunt completely, had nothing to play for, and got blown out on the road against Great Britain. 10-0 full bars for Great Britain, and New York struggles continue as they have for multiple years. They still had that one goal by Rothschild for the offense, but it was about all the positivity they had after this game. We can't even show all the goals by Great Britain because there were so many, and we don't even show any of the highlights from this game because it was a forfeit. Columbus has forfeited the remainder of their games, so they will have an 0-13 record, and with the win, Pennsylvania now has clinched the American Conference and the American East Division. So now, St. Louis going for their conference title, or at least their division, and a win here would be a big help against Las Vegas, who's in the playoff hunt, but they need a win or else they're out of it. Very close matchup, of course. At this point, it is tied at 2 before Las Vegas took the lead there, and then St. Louis was able to tie it back up at 3 points until Las Vegas, with that score from the center, gave them a 1-point lead, and then a 2-point lead up to this point. So now St. Louis under pressure, a great goal there to get it within 1, but Las Vegas is able to get their 2-goal lead back. So now as time is running out in the third, Moss has had an amazing season and an amazing shot here to keep his team in it right there to bring it to 1-point game, but as time was running out, they needed a quick goal. So here it is, clear over there. The offense has it. Moss is denied, and a great effort there. It looked like traffic was going to get the goal there to tie it up and bring it to overtime, but instead, Las Vegas hanging on to it. Time running out. The offense will have one last chance, accidentally knocked by Traffic, who had that near goal. Time ran out, and a goal there, but the time was already over, so the final score was 6-5 instead of 7-5. But either way, Las Vegas will remain in the hunt, depending on what happens later in the game. And they need Colorado to lose this one, or else they're out. And Colorado against Texas, who's had an amazing season. Texas falling off the rails a little late in the season, and 2 early goals for Colorado. Then a goal to get them right back into it. But then Colorado, great response. Of course, Colorado will win here and eliminate Las Vegas, and they had a great game, the best they've looked all season, going up against this top-tier Texas team. Of course, Texas was once the conference leaders, but have fallen off the rails completely, and now have a very slim chance after this game. And now they're going to need Phoenix to lose, or else the conference is sealed there, and the division would also be sealed. And this was Texas' biggest loss. The final score was 8-4 in this one, as we head to what was expected to be a big match. But after the news about Columbus forfeiting the remainder of the matches, West Virginia is already in the playoffs. So now just playing for spots at this point, although West Virginia confirmed to have the 5th spot. But New England, a win here and a loss for Tampa Bay would mean that they would jump to the 3rd spot. Of course, Pennsylvania already has the division. So now they're up 2 points in a very cold day in West Virginia. Not many goals were scored in this game, and it was New England who came through in the end. Of course, the 2-point lead just wasted out time. So 3-1 with the final score. New England trying to get to that 3rd spot in the playoffs and face Tampa Bay with the home field advantage. We head to Atlanta. Atlanta now nothing to play for. They're playing against St. Louis. Of course, St. Louis played twice this week, and they will have 2 wins, as Atlanta didn't look like they were even trying very hard, as they had no motivation. They're already out of the playoffs. And St. Louis put on an amazing show, of course, the motivation to try and win their division and maybe even the conference, depending on what would happen in the Phoenix game. They put on a great show in this one, and a blowout win against Atlanta. And they are definitely in the hunt for the conference. They just need to wait and see what will happen later in the week. Kansas City hosts Cape Cod. Kansas City, of course, nothing to play for. They haven't had anything to play for a while. Whereas Cape Cod, en route to winning the division, a win here, I believe, would give them the division, depending on what Tampa Bay would do later in the week. and they put on an amazing show. Looked like a team fit for the playoffs. They haven't been there in a little bit. They are returning after an amazing performance in this season. Look like a brand new team. Very exciting for the fans over there in Cape Cod. They had a blowout win over their division rivals, and we won't show this game either in Los Angeles. Los Angeles very easily beat New York. Of course, New York, nothing to play for. This is a big game for Los Angeles. They are still in the playoff hunt, even after Colorado's win, but they are going to have to win next week and hope for a loss. Of course, New York will be playing Colorado. Head back over. Cape Cod playing yet again, and a win here would immediately put them into the playoff spot. Of course, playing against their division rivals in Atlanta, who have nothing to play for. Very easy win for Cape Cod, so Cape Cod will win their division, the American West, after an amazing showing. It didn't even look like they were worn out from the game played earlier. There were a few mistakes by the goaltender, but aside from that, pretty great game, especially for the offense, who had another amazing show and a blowout win against Atlanta. So, for the first time in many years, Cape Cod will be winning the American West Division and will have the second spot in the playoffs. So we head over to a biggest game of the week. Tampa Bay hosting Phoenix. A win for Tampa would get them into the third spot over New England and give them home field advantage of the playoffs, depending on what happens next week, of course. But Phoenix, a win here would give them the conference. So now tied at 2 up to this point. Huge stakes for both of these teams, especially Phoenix, and Phoenix takes the lead there. Now 3-2 in the 2-point lead up to that point. And now many teams in the National were rooting against Phoenix, and that gave them some hope there. But then Phoenix, an amazing bounce back with a defensive goal to get it to 5-3. It's not looking good for them, but Tampa keeps it alive with a late goal, bringing it to a 1-point game. Now they need to scramble. It's their offense. Needs to put up a goal. And many great saves there for Biscoff, the goaltender for Phoenix. And Phoenix was able to win, so Phoenix will win the National Conference. Now let's take a look at the race to the Mega Bowl. And it appears I made a mistake earlier whenever I said that Pennsylvania won the conference. That race is not over yet. So big game coming up. It's New England. That will be a marquee match. And Tampa Bay in a big match against Cape Cod. Cape Cod's going to have to win that one for any chance of the conference, and they need Pennsylvania to lose. On the other side, you can see Los Angeles still has a chance to get that to the spot. Colorado's playing New York, so it's likely that Colorado will just sneak into the playoffs, and a big matchup, a marquee match. St. Louis playing Great Britain. Winner of that one will take their division. Of course, the winner of that conference is Phoenix and Texas. They'll play against Texas, but they won't have much to play for.